Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. I am down here in the basement bait shop after a long week of chasing master angler quality fish in Oklahoma. If you haven't watched that series, I suggest you go back and watch it. It was from last week. I can link one at the end of this if you'd like to go back and start the series. But I'm back in the basement bait shop. And while I was gone, we had a couple of windows replaced. And as you can see, maybe you can, maybe you can't, but there's a new window in the background, not 100% installed. The window's in, but we still need to do some trim work, which means I'm kind of got a mess going on down here. But one of the things that I noticed when I was down chasing master angler quality fish was how I needed to have a couple of heavier rods to chase things like the hybrid striped bass we were after, or the very large 10-pound class fish that meet largemouth that meet the Master Angler Challenge category. And while I was down there, one of the things I kept thinking about was how I needed to build this blank. This is the MHX SWB 956 blank. It's a 711 6-power built specifically for swim bait fishing. And as we know, swim baits are a great bait for chasing large game fish. And as well as that, one of the things that I received while I was gone was some of the new reel seats, these GAHO reel seats that are just available now through Mudhole, exclusively through Mudhole. So I'm really excited to build with these. I got a handful of different ones, some really nice benefits to it. The first, they're based on the size you get or the type of reel seat that you get, they're 20 to 30% lighter than other reel seats. And you notice it as soon as you pick it up. You notice that it is substantially lighter than other reel seats I've used. At the same time, it's a carbon fiber reel seat, so it's going to be extremely durable. It's got really good precision in terms of the build on it. Overall, it's something that I'm excited to build with. I do think that this could be something that replaces some of my standard reel seats I've used in the past, just based on the durability and how precision built they are, as well as how light they are. And that's one reason I'm excited to build it on the SWB 956. Big, heavy blank used for big, heavy baits. If you can reduce your reel seat weight a little bit, it's going to make, over the course of a long day of fishing, it's going to make the the stress on your hands and the stress on your body just a little bit less, and that really does lead to some more enjoyable fishing on the water. So let's get down to building this. We're going to be able to put this together, or at least build the handle, a reel seat, and the whole bottom of the rod. We're not going to be able to thread it for you, but I did want to do it. I also want to point out that because they were just released, they are 25% off at mudhole.com. So if you're looking for some reel seats to build with, I would suggest you might want to try these. They're very, very affordable compared to other carbon fiber reel seats as well. Depending on the model you get, they range from, I think, 12 bucks to 16 bucks. Very reasonable for a high quality reel seat. So let's get down to building this. I'm going to build some, or at least mark up the measurements on the rod, find the spine of the rod, and then we can go ahead and start gluing this with some of the wind grips that I've decided to use for the rod. So let's get down to business, guys. All right, so I marked up the rod. I marked everything from where the reel seat's going to go. I measured up, or found the spine of the rod. That's that line there where it's running. Then also marked all of my different guides, just so I have everything marked out. And at this point, putting a reel seat on is actually extremely easy, especially for your casting rods. So all I'm going to do in this case is I need to take my wind grips, both the butt grip and the handle grip, and I need to ream them out using a CRB reamer. This just fits into my cordless drill, and I'm going to put that right through the center to open that hole up, because right now that hole is nowhere near the size that I need it to be. So I'm going to ream this out, and then I'll be able to fit both handles onto the rod. And at that point, they'll be able to fit, and then we can slide on the GAHO reel seat and put it into place. So we're going to ream this out real quick, show you a little bit of that process, get this down to size, and we'll go from there. Now, I definitely recommend doing this over a garbage can because it gets pretty messy. Now, before we start reaming, I do want to give you a little bit of a tip, and that is to recognize that your handle grip has a top and a bottom, meaning the top portion is the part that slides into your reel seat, points towards your rod tip. The bottom points towards the bottom of the rod or your butt grip. Now in this case, you got to remember that rod blanks are tapered. They're wider at the bottom, thinner at the top. So you want to make sure that when you ream, your reamer's the same way. It's skinny on the top, thick on the bottom. So when you ream it, you want to make sure that you ream from the bottom of your reel seat or your grip, so that when you get down to the point where it's widest, the wider part of your hole will basically match the taper of your rod. If you do it where the top part of your handle grip is first on the reamer, you're going to create a wider hole on the top and a skinnier hole on the bottom, and your handle grip won't fit as well. We just got done reaming out the inside of the grips. Everything fits really nice and snug, but I will say when I went to slide the grip onto the GAHO reel seat, what I found was it didn't slide all the way in. And when I looked on the inside of the reel seat, I don't know if you can see that, but there's actually a little bit of a lip there that sticks out. And the reason for that is that's where the actual foot of the reel slides up in here, so it goes into the bottom of the reel seat. Now I don't know if that's how all the GAHO reel seats are, because they're all a little bit different, but in this case my wind grip doesn't slide in. So all I did was I took a box cutter here and I cut out just a tiny little notch so that it would match with that. So now, and the nice thing about that is I actually was able to line up. That helps me line up the handle grip with the reel seat perfectly, because that's right at the top, and now I can line it right up. So it snaps in and fits really well. Now, one other thing I've noticed once it fits is there is a little bit of a gap, meaning the GAHO reel seat, the ring is a little wider than the outside circle of the wind grip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a little bit of tape and I'm going to arbor up just this inside portion, and that'll give me a nice snug fit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So I just took some tape, I arbored up the outside, cut away that little bit of a notch, real easy again with the box cutter. Took just a couple extra seconds. Now when I fit the two together, they lock in really nice. So it fits nice and snug. It's just going to be a much nicer fit when it goes on the rod blank. We got our two-part Pro Paste all mixed up. Now we can go ahead and start applying the glue. So generally, I prefer not to start with the butt grip. I like to do that second. It just helps me line everything up. So I'm going to slide the parts up just a little bit. And remember, I've got my measurements, so I know exactly where I want to put this. And I'm going to just start applying a bunch of the glue to it. Nice even coat all the way around it. Okay, so then I'm gonna slide just the handle down first, and then I'll apply a second coat for the reel seat. I don't want to slide the reel seat on right behind it, because that could just lead to there not being enough glue on it. So let's get this guy down into position. Right there. Now I'm going to remove the extra for right now. And I'm just going to reapply that up to the top part, because there's no reason to throw it away. It's still good. This will be the glue that we use for the reel seat. And then I'm going to apply some as well to the tape arbor that I did, just so we get a good connection. I'd rather put too much glue on, guys, than too little. Honestly, you can wipe away the extra glue. If you put too little on, you could potentially have a reel seat or something that slips. So now I'm going to slide the GAHO reel down, the reel seat down, spin it, It snapped into position. You can see a little bit of glue popped out around the edges. That's fine. And then I've also got my winding check already sized and on. I'm just going to slide that down as well. Since we've got just a little bit of glue sticking out, that's enough to lock in our winding check. Get him to snap down in position. Just like so. And then we're going to just take the excess glue and remove it away. So just take some rubbing alcohol. I've just got some paper towels and just remove it. So I'm going to do that, get this all prettied up for you and show you the finished product. All right, guys, we just finished cleaning it up. We got the excess glue off. This thing's going to be sharp. Like, I'm really looking forward to using it. Feels so good in the hands, extremely light. We're going to let this dry, and I'll finish up the threading later this week. I actually have a Bridgeford team meeting that I'll be heading to. Extremely excited to use these. I think the GAHO reel seat, I think they're onto something for sure. Lightweight, carbon fiber. Guys, it's so crazy to see like where we're going in the rod building world. Lots of cool new parts and components coming out. If you want to check these out, I'll put the link in the video to Mudhole. Like I said, right now, they're 25% off. I don't know how long that's going to last. Honestly, I'd be willing to bet the supplies are gone before the 25% sale ends. So if this is something you want, maybe you want to do some rod building this winter, go check them out. The GAHO reel seats, 25% off at mudhole.com. I'm going to let this thing dry. And man, that's going to be a sharp looking rod. All black. I like that. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow for you. If you like today's video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And stay tuned for tomorrow's.